Welcome everybody to another video of Dead by Daylight. My name is Q Productions, and today we're using Score Merchant, as always, using a really interesting perk combination. The first perk we're using today, in the main perk of the video, is Surveillance. What the perk does, if a generator is regressing, it's highlighted in yellow for you, but then, highlighted in white, highlighted in white, and then if the generator is stopped regressing, it'll be highlighted in yellow for 16 seconds. And then also, we can hear generators faster, we can hear generators from further away, of 8 meters. We have Surge, we all know the perk does. Down Survivor, every generator 32 minutes from that down Survivor loses 8% and starts regressing. Scorcher Resonance, not even going to explain this perk. Again, you know exactly what it does. And then lastly, of course, we're going to be using Corrupt Intervention so we can block the furthest gens from us. That way it'll be a little bit easier for us to win. We have Infrared Upgrade so we can see the aura of survivors once they lose a claw trap for 4 seconds, and Battle Targeting Process to make them hindered for a longer time so we can hopefully chase them. Without further ado, let's get straight to the game so I can show you how great this build is. But, like usual, I have to suffer on the best map ever created, Orman. Yay, I love playing on Orman. Okay, playing on Orman. On Mount Orman Resort. I love this map. So the reason why I'm playing with Surveillance, by the way, is because basically I think Surveillance is a really good perk in general, and I think it's pretty good on Score Merchant. The only real problem with Surveillance is the fact that you have to like kick gens or like regress gens for the perk to actually work, and regressing gens does take a while, but the reason why you use Surveillance is that way you know, wait, this person decided to just go back on the generator, and that helps you figure out where to go next. So right here I'm going to become undetectable and be able to hopefully get the survivor. I should have went after the other guy, but I feel like he has sprint burst, so I was like, yeah, no. So then, because he summoned a pallet, I was like, well, he went towards the shack anyway, so he has to be at the shack. And I was right. So now I'm going to go towards the shack. He went around. I'm going to go try and cut him off for some unknown reason. And then I accidentally scanned someone. I'm like, yes. I know he's still here, so I'm like, Adam, I'm sorry, but you must die. I know he's not going to throw on the pallet, but then he does. And I was like, what? Then for some reason, he disables my drone in front of him, like I'm not going to just chase him. And then he gets a claw trap because he failed the minigame. So because of that reason, I was like, oh, this will be easy. And I downed him. So that was the first down. Now my problem is my Corrupt Intervention is now gone because of the fact that I downed him so fast. But it's all because he decided for some reason why to do my drone in front of me. So now we're going to try and get our Surveillance. So as you can see, the Scorcher Resonance is activated, and then a generator will automatically lose progress, and then as you will see, someone else is working on it, so it turns yellow. That is the benefit of using Scorcher Resonance and what's it called? Surveillance. Basically, you can see exactly which generator across the map is going to be regressing. Also, it works the exact same way with what's it called, Deadman Switch and Scorcher Resonance. But the reason why I want to use Surveillance is Surveillance can work on any generator, and so can Deadman Switch. But I just feel like it's a really good combination on both. So the reason why I go after Adam again is because of the fact that I was like, oh, well, this girl dropped the pallet on me. Might as well go after Adam since he stayed here. So now I go after Adam a second time. I had to make sure he didn't have a dead heart or anything. So I was like, Adam, sorry, and I'm going to do it again. And then he leaves the game, and I'm like, oh. And I kind of felt bad, honestly, because I don't know. The only reason I went after him is because of the fact that the first girl ran towards Adam and also threw a pallet on him. So, threw a pallet on me, and I was like, well, obviously I can't chase you. But since Adam is right next to the hook, I might as well go after Adam. That was literally my thought process, and it's exactly why I did what I did. Now, part of me wants to feel bad because I did that, but then other part of me is like, well, if you want to win, sometimes you gotta do that. Hate to see it, but that's how Dead by Daylight works, sadly. So right here, my drum misses because it's not spinning, and I'm like, okay, fun. So now I'm gonna try and chase this girl who's gonna go upstairs, and I'm like, well, there's no way I'm gonna get you now because you're on a top floor. But luckily for me, she didn't drop the pallet for some reason, so I'm like, maybe I can get you. But then I know that she's gonna go back up top and try and go around again, so I'm like, yeah, no. And then I cut her off, and because I'm undetectable, she didn't know where I was coming from, and she gets down. I've made a really good play, by the way. That was a really good play. So now you can see that generator is regressing. It's highlighted in yellow, so you know it's regressing. And because of Surge, I can also make generators that are near me regress as well, and I can see if they're going to be regressing or not thanks to my Surveillance. And then, not to mention also, once it turns yellow, I know exactly where to go. Like, oh, someone touched that generator. Someone's over here. Like, it's just a really good perk because, like, the name of the perk mentioned, Surveillance. You literally can just surveil multiple generators and know exactly where to go. It's like using Gearhead, but it actually works. That's kind of sad. It's actually like using Gearhead, but it actually works. That's a really good way to put it. Because Gearhead just sometimes does not want to work ever, and it just sucks. But now I'm gonna chase this girl. I was hoping to get her claw trap, but apparently my drones were like, yeah, no. So she's gonna go into the main building. I'm trying to get her now, but sadly, she's a little too far away from me, and there's a pallet right here. It's a really unsafe pallet, but I know she's gonna try and drop it, but instead she just has to keep running. I'm like, oh. So now I'm gonna try and chase this girl. She's slowed down, but she's still gonna make the god pallet, so there's no way I'm gonna be able to hit her. But thanks to this add-on and an Ornament miracle, we were actually able to hit her before she drops the pallet. So I was like, wow, that's surprising. And notice how every time I down her, she loses if she's a cloud up on her, she gets revealed to me. It's kind of funny because I think that's a really good way to stop distortion. I think I mentioned that in a previous video where I was using infrared upgrade with this add-on. But I said that if they have distortion on them and they get a cloud up on them, you just can't see their aura. And I'm pretty sure distortion doesn't. I'm pretty sure the distortion works even if someone's on the ground. I could be wrong about that. But that's a really good way to get rid of a distortion stat. So I'm trying to go over here because I thought I saw someone. I'm like, yep, there it is, the scratch marks. So as a result, I'm trying to go over here. Now, notice how Adam left the game because of the fact that I kind of accidentally tunneled him. And by accidentally, I mean I kind of tunneled him. This is a free hit for me. Because a bot, I know their path thing is going to be really, really weird. So as I predicted it, their path thing is going to be really, really weird. And now he's going to run to every single one of my traps. But sadly, I'm not going to be able to get a cloud trap on him. I expected him to like loop that really, really well, but he did not. Like, sometimes bots have the worst pathing ever, and sometimes they have the best pathing ever. It just depends. But no, he's dead. Even though I don't really have to kill a bot, honestly, because the bot will just do generators, and sometimes they won't even do generators. They'll just do nothing. So I don't really know if I need to kill him or not, but I did. So right here, I know someone on the generator because it's no longer white. So I was going to kick it, but I'm going to put a drum right here, but I can't because of the drum right there. So I was like, oh. And I'm trying to put a drum on the top floor, only because of the fact that I have a strange feeling people want to try to, like, use that really annoying pod up there. But I just chose to put it on the bottom floor because there's a high chance they'll just end up going over there. So I'm trying to pin this generator across the map, but then I see someone running and I'm like, ah, not my prey. Now sadly, this pallet is not gone because that girl didn't drop it, but also luckily, I killed her. So because, well, I downed her fast because the pallet wasn't gone. So I'm going to try and put a drum right here. The girl's going to put a flashbang. I'm like, what are you doing? And now she's going to go towards this really, really unsafe pallet, but she just has to go upstairs, and I'm like, well, I put that drone up here now. I know the pallet's here, but I'm pretty sure I can hit her before. But lo and behold, apparently Scormer like hitting luggage carts instead of hitting pallets and people. So because of that reason, literally hit the air. And I'm going to put a drone right here, so she goes around, it'll be able to stun her. Oh, that's not her. It'll be able to look at her. If I was using the brown add-on, I would have been able to stun her. Probably, I would put her. That works. I probably would have been able to hit her twice, but sadly for me, I was only able to hit her once. But then she got a claw trap, and I'm like, yay, she's injured, and all I have to do is just go after her. So because of that reason, I'm going to try and get her. But I know the pallet right here, and this pallet is really, really safe. There's no way I'm going to be able to beat her. But then it's not really a pallet. This is not the window. These loops are really weird. I don't really quite understand these Ornament loops. I knew she was going to drop the pallet down because there was just no way I was going to be able to get her or her being able to drop the pallet down. Now I'm trying to go around, but she can see me because she has eyes. So I'm like, how do I mind game this? I don't. So because she knew I was going to try to mind game, and she ran the opposite direction, and I'm like, okay. Now there's no way she's going to get this pallet on me because I can put a drone down and then slow her down. So now I'm going to try to get her to go the other way around. The drone will stand her, and she's going to get the pallet. So I'm like, dang it. Now she's gonna camp the pallet probably, but then she starts to run. I'm like, why'd you do that? Like, if she should have camped the pallet and just tried to mind game me on the pallet, that would have been the smarter play. Because in that situation, trying to run away would just get you killed because Storm Merchant can just be like, oh, you're slowed down, I win. And that's the reason why you don't move. Now, my claw trap, of course, the second my claw, I'm gonna scan the radar to see the person, the claw goes away. But luckily for me, I have infrared upgrade, so of course I can see exactly where the girl is. So that's a really good funny thing, because it's funny, I talked about how infrared upgrade isn't really necessary on Scorn Merchant because you just don't really need it. Like, you already have aura reading perks, so you already have like a power that lets you be able to see the aura of survivors. You already have a power that lets you see the location of the survivors. I don't know why I didn't put a drone right here. I'm just an idiot, by the way. But right here, I was trying to mind game her that way she would try and go to the pallet. But at that same time, I could have put a drone up there to become untouchable and hide my red stain, or I could have put a drone up there to try and get a clock up on her and slow her down. But it shows to just be sneaky. I think the reason why I did that was because I kind of just felt like the game was over. Like, they just, two people, one person's dead, by the way. One person's dead on hook, I believe. And then two people are healing each other right now. So I already know that there's not really much to worry about. This gen got turned yellow, so I know someone's over here. I love Surveillance. Surveillance is such a good perk. Surveillance plus Ruin's pretty good, actually. But the only reason why I don't use that is because Ruin's kind of a bad... Well, the last video I just made was about Ruin and how Ruin's pretty good. I think Ruin is good. It's just more like... I feel like it gets cleansed. I actually have another video coming where I use Ruin again. Like, literally, I told you... I think I said it on my stream. If you could, you know what I'm talking about. Link in the description. I stream on Twitch. I don't really have a streaming schedule because I kind of stream when I'm not feeling bad or not busy. So I guess when I kind of stream. But make sure you follow my Twitch so you just know when I'm going to stream. I kind of swam right there because I thought she was going to try and go towards that pallet. But she did not. Then I missed right there. I don't know how I missed that hit, by the way. But right here, she's definitely dead. I'm pretty sure she's dead on hook, actually, if I remember correctly. So I know what to do. I think she's dead on hook. I'm gonna hook her on the basement, and just in case she's not dead on hook, I should probably hook her on the far hook. And let's see if she's dead on hook. She is dead on hook. I thought she was. Now we have these two last survivors who there's no way they're gonna complete these generators before I get to them. Right here, I'm gonna try to become undetectable. That way I can sneak up on her. But because my terror rate is 32 meters, she definitely heard it. She definitely heard it way earlier than I expected, and she's gonna run for her life, as she should, because Scrub Merchant will murder her. And of course, you're going to the one place where I literally haven't been to one time. Because the one time I was thinking about going to this generator, I just never went to it because I saw someone running. So I just said no. So I have no drones here at all. And there's two pallets here. Then she like teabags me at the pallet. I'm like, what are you doing? Woman, you literally got down earlier. Like, what are you doing? What is the play? Then she's going to run towards my drone. I'm like, perfect. Just let herself get scanned. Then she's going to drop that pallet. I'm like, you can do that. And then she's going to get claw trap on her. I'm like, okay. And then she goes in a locker, and I'm like, what are you doing? So I'm thinking she has head on, so I'm going to be prepared to dodge. But then I got hit anyway, I'm like, what the world? And then she misses the blind. I'm like, you're teabagging and failing badly. Explain yourself. Then she's going to go to this really, really unsafe pallet, and I have my drone, so there's no way she's going to get away from me. But, sadly, my drone didn't scan her until the last second. Then she's going to vault the pallet. I'm like, okay, it's fine. Now, she has to go either left or right. But she's going to be slowed down by 12%. But because I didn't break this pallet, I'm in a really bad position, sadly. But it's not going to really matter because of the fact that they just do one more generator and there's no way they're going to be able to do it fast enough. I'm going to put a drone right here, that way she gets slowed down again. I kind of just can do whatever I want and waste as much time as possible because there's no way she's going to make anything. And she moves so slowly, she didn't even make it to the window. Then she's shaking her head like, no, don't kill me. But I'm over here like, you literally teabag, head on me, and try to use a flashbang. I don't know what you expected. Now you must die. But Sally's only her second hook. I gotta wait for her last hook. But as long as the last survivor gets scammed by one of my drones, I will be able to figure out exactly where she is. I thought about just camping her, but I was just like, no, I want to at least try and see if I can find the last survivor. But I know the last survivor is going to probably rescue her. She's going to either do one of two things. Rescue her because that's the right thing to do, and she's altruistic. Or she's going to continue working on the generator because she realizes there's no way for her to win. And because I don't really know which one she's going to do, I'm just hoping it's the second one. But I'm going to put drones around her, so that way hopefully one of these drones will scan her. But then I'm also going to go towards the generators, because I want to make sure that I know exactly where she is. Then I saw that crow, and I was like, she definitely ran past me. And that's the reason why I knew exactly what to do. Luckily for me, she got a claw trap on her, so I know exactly where to go. I'm going to go after the girl who was claw trapped, because she's going to move slower. And then she went around. I'm like, oh, okay. Weird. And then you die. I love to see it. So right here, I'm going to try and hook this girl. And I'm praying the girl behind me doesn't have, like, I don't know, I can't remember the perk, but the perk where you run, a background player, where you run really fast and then you just drop a flashbang and I just die. I was hoping she didn't have that. And luckily she did not have it. So as a result, I can go after the next girl who I know ran somewhere to the right. So I'm just going to camp this hook a little bit because there's not really much they can do anymore, if I'm being honest. So I was like, she's going to either be trying to heal herself, which she just did, or she is going to try and go for the rescue, or maybe the generator that's like almost complete she can go after. But let's be honest, she's probably going to go for the rescue because altruistic. But the girl dies on the hook and I'm like, oh. And now I'm trying to find that, which is not going to happen because my luck is terrible. But lo and behold, my luck is godlike, and I get the hatch. So as a result, I'm like, so where are you going to go? I'm going to put a drone on this exit gate, but I'm almost certain the second I do that, she's going to be on the other exit gate because my luck is bad. So I'm going to put a drone right here and try and go towards the second exit gate, which is across the map. And I'm like, oh. So now that I see that, I'm like, please don't be at the exit gate. I want to kill everyone. And I look and I'm like, I bet that's red. And it's red. So I know she's gonna go open the exit gate, and she does. And then she gets out. And she's like, I live. And I'm like, I'm so sorry. You can leave. And I'm like, woman, leave. Like, hello, get out. But yes, anyway, that was the first game for Surveillance. So as a result, it went really well. The only reason we lost that game, well, we didn't really lose. We definitely beat them all. The only reason why we even had a chance to like die was because of the fact that this girl opened the exit gate. So I'm like, why aren't you leaving? And then I don't really know why survivors do this. Then she wants me to come towards her, and then she decides to leave like the second I go towards her. I'm over here like, you can just leave the game. Like, why do you have to stand there? But anyway, that was the first game. It was actually pretty fast paced. It was like 15-minute, well, like a 14-minute game, but it was a fast paced game, surprisingly. As you can see, I'm gold 4. I was trying to get to rank 1 at the time recording this video. I just realized I'm prestige 22, but then at the time recording this video, I'm prestige 18. I really should upload these videos in the right order, but you know what? We do what we want on Scar Merchant, and on Q Productions channel. So anyway, let's go to the next game so I can show you how great this game is. Of course, the Fangy Man is the one that had the stupid Orman offering, by the way, but then proceeds to die on the map. Like, I love that. Okay, playing on Wretched Shot. I actually really like this map with Scar Merchant. Because basically you put the drone on the main building and it kind of covers the entirety of the main building, well, the inside of the main building where the window is, and also it can cover the outside and the gen, so it's really, really good. This map is pretty like medium size. I don't really have a problem with this map. Like I said, it's just a really interesting map with Scar Merchant. So I'm gonna go towards the generators I know are blocked by corrupt intervention, thinking the survivors are over there. But then surprisingly, they're not over there. And I'm like, why did the game block these gens if the survivors aren't there? Then someone gets immediately scammed by the first drone I placed. And I'm like, perfect. And then here comes a David, and I was able to hit him before he could vault that window. I'm bringing this wall because my magic, and now the wall is broken because I am a strong Scar Merchant. And I'm going over here because of the fact that my surveillance is telling me I should probably put a drone close towards generators and close towards these really annoying loops that I know the survivors want to run. I'm gonna put a drone here because I really hate this bus, and I'm not trying to get stuck on here for 8 hours. I knew there was a pallet right here. I should have just swung, honestly, but I just didn't want to get stunned, even though he like played really weirdly and he didn't stun me immediately. So now I'm gonna go over here. By the way, this is the only real problem with using Scar Merchant and not using the Orman add-on. The Orman add-on. What am I trying to say? I'm so stuck on Orman because that match was so funny. I meant to say, and not using the what's it called? Brown Noise Generator add-on. There we go. Is the fact that when you claw trap someone, they can still hear your terror radius. But before it used to be, not used to be. Before it's like if you do have the Brown Noise Generator add-on, you can claw trap someone and they don't know where you're coming from. Speaking of don't know where I'm coming from, this guy decided to run towards the Scar Merchant instead of running away from the Scar Merchant. So now I got a free hit. But then I heard Ace and I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna kill you. I got a free hit because he decided to vault the window knowing he's gonna be a slow vault. Now I'm gonna go around, and then Ace decides to go towards this really bad loop, and I'm like, okay, there's no pallet here, so I get a free hit. And the game is going extremely well. And I don't have any surveillance value yet. Well, I lied. The reason why I went towards that generator was because it turned yellow. Like, that's how I knew where to go. Surveillance is a really good perk. I recommend everyone who's watching this video actually use it. Like, it's actually a really good perk. I know I keep saying it's actually, but it's weird because normally, like, for example, the last video I used Ruin. And I was like, Ruin's really good. And now I'm saying Surveillance is really good. It's a really good perk. I kind of want to change I don't think one person can change the meta, but I want to change the meta. As I say that as I'm using 3 of the strongest perks and then I'm using Surveillance. But it's just like, I want to use different perks with killers and see different builds. But it's kind of hard because I feel like they know the killer needs to slow down the game. That way survivors don't do every single gen extremely fast. But then they don't give you really good gen perks to defend them besides Scourge, Pain Resonance, and Papa Goes the Weasel. And it's like, oh. I downed him right here. I was hoping I could down him and he dropped the pallet, but sadly it's only downing him. So as you can see, that generator gets blown up and starts regressing. But I noticed that you see it didn't turn yellow or turn white. And that's because of the fact that I believe it had less than 8%, so it immediately just regressed to 0. So that's what happened. But As you can see, someone has a claw drop on them, so I know exactly where to go. And then I'm going to try and find that person, but first I see someone else and I'm like, you must die. And the reason why I'm going to chase this guy, it probably make more sense to probably chase the guy who had a claw drop on him, but I knew this guy would waste the God Palette, and I want to get this God Palette out the way. So that's the reason why I went after him. As you can see, Infrared Upgrade will show me the location of the guy who just lost the claw trap. I like how I talked about how, not really bad, how useless the add-on is, and yet it's coming in clutch this game. It's actually really, really good. So now I'm going to try and chase him, but he's doing really, kind of, not really erratic movements, but his movements are really, really annoying. So I'm trying to chase him, and he has down him right now. And then there goes Surge, and then a Surge activating, we can, of course, have our Surveillance. And we can see if that generator, if any generator turns yellow, we know exactly where to go. Another thing about Surveillance, by the way, that makes it really, really good, that I think people don't understand, is Surveillance never goes away. Meaning, if a generator has Surveillance on it, it doesn't go away unless one of two things happens. Either the generator reaches 0 progress, which then of course it'll turn red because it's no longer regressing, but also no one touched the generator because of the fact that it's at 0. And the second thing is if someone were to touch it and it turns yellow, of course, like that one in front of us. So because it turns yellow, you know exactly where to go. But that's a really good thing about Surveillance, because like this perk just never goes away, and the survivors don't have any way to actually counter it. Kind of like Storm Merchant's tracking power. Like, Distortion doesn't work against Storm Merchant's power. No perk that says, oh, you can't see the aura of a survivor will make Storm Merchant's power go away. It's the fact that, like, there's just certain things the survivor just can't do anything about, which is really, really good. Right here, I thought I saw someone, so I turned around. I was like, I thought I saw someone, but in reality, there was no one there. So because of the fact that I know someone on the generator, I'm trying to get rid of this drone and become unattackable and try and catch them off guard. But because of the fact that they, I had no drone to get rid of and I didn't place it fast enough, they knew I was coming and they just immediately ran away. A problem with that, though, is now I find this survivor, but I have no idea where they went. So, luckily for me, someone immediately touched my drone. I'm like, yes, I know exactly where to go now. And as a result, I'm going to try and down them. It's probably David, if I'm being honest, because David really likes his middle gen. And I thought so, David. And now I'm going to try and chase David. And I believe he's actually dead on hook if I chase him. So I'm going to try and go after him for sure. And it's kind of funny, I didn't even tell him, like last time Adam got tunneled, I didn't want to do it, but it had to be done. So they're going to try and chase him, but the thing about not chasing, they're trying to protect him. But the thing about protecting your teammate against Storm Merchant is Storm Merchant can down multiple people really fast with her drones. If you try and protect your team, there's a high chance y'all all will just get claw trapped and then you all get injured. So it's not really a good idea to try and protect your teammates sometimes against a Storm Merchant, especially if you already have lock-on stacks. Because taking a protection hit won't really help you, you just die. So right here, this guy's gonna try and go towards his pallet. I thought he was gonna go around. I'm like, what are you doing? And for some, I thought he had Death Heart, and then it hit me. I'm playing Storm Merchant. He already got scammed by my drone, and he's deep wounded. He can't use Death Heart. So because of that reason, I wasn't really worried about any perks he had. I don't want to hook him on that Scorch Hook. I know it sounds weird not hooking someone on a Scorch Hook, but the reason why I didn't want to hook him on a Scorch Hook was because of the fact that I was like, if I hook him on the Scorch Hook, that drone in the middle will go away. So I want to hook him on a different Scorch Hook, but I get stuck on the rock, and I'm like, ugh, really? Now, this is a really big misplay right here. I should have just hooked him on the regular hook, but I wanted to get the Scorch Hook value because Scorch Hooks are really, really good, and I want to make sure I can get him. But because of the fact that he ran to literally nothing, I'm able to hit him before he can do anything. And it's kind of funny, me dropping him kind of put me in a better position, because now I can hit this Ace while he goes to the rescue. And now Ace is down. And now I can hook Ace. Because that guy doesn't have a flashlight, I don't even have to worry about a flashlight save. Hook Ace on the exact same hook I hooked this guy at. And now we're going to go straight to this person. I'm going to hook him. And then as you can see, David had the claw drop on him. So now I can go after David next. And as you can see, the snowball effect, the Storm Merchant snowball effect is really funny. So now I know exactly where David is. He's on that hill that I previously saw someone at. So I'm going to go after that. I'm going to try and become unattackable so I can catch him off guard. So I become unattackable. Then the infrared goes away. So I know exactly where he is. Well, the add-on infrared upgrade tells me exactly where he is. So because of that reason, I know exactly where to go. I'm going to drop down and swing. I don't know why I did that, honestly. It probably didn't matter. I knew I wasn't going to be able to hit him before he dropped that pallet on me, so I decided to just get out the way. He's going to drop the pallet and he's going to vault it. I probably should have broke it, but because he already went through the window, I didn't think about breaking it. Then he ran towards me for some reason. I don't know if I was still unattackable and that's why he ran towards me, or he just ran towards me, but he ran in front of me and died. I hook him on this hook because I don't want to waste my Scorch Hook, knowing he's dead on hook, and also knowing I already hooked him on a Scorch Hook. And then we have two people who are still hooked one person dead, and now I know exactly what to do. I'm gonna go after one of them because he's gonna probably go for the rescue. But I don't want to stand too close because I don't want him to get a free unhook because of the fact that I'm standing too close. But now I'm gonna down this guy, and now all I have to do is go after the next person. As you can see, Surveillance is coming in clutch. I love Surveillance, by the way. Like, I know I keep saying it in this video, but it's just so good. Like, the ability to just say the words, yay, I feel like making sure I know exactly where the survivors are is really good. So I thought the pallet was closer than it really was, so I thought I could just hit him, but it was further than I expected. So right here, this is exactly the reason why I put down a second drone. So I could have hit him right there. I thought he was going to drop the pallet, so I just put down my drone. When in reality, I should have hit him and just downed him. But it's fun. It's fun. It's fine because he had a quadruple on him. But then I spin my drone the wrong direction, so I don't get to hit him. But luckily for me, somehow, because of some Score Merchant magic, I hit him on the other side of the pallet. So that's fun. And now everyone's dead and the game is over. So that is the second game with Score Merchant using Surveillance. By the way, if you like the video, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. I know someone commented saying that for non-English speaking or people who don't speak English like the best, that I talk really fast. And believe me, I know. I'm so sorry. If you're watching the video, this video, I'm so sorry. It literally, I just talk really fast, like naturally. I just talk really fast. And sometimes when I'm playing Score Merchant, I just get in the moment. And the games are really fast paced sometimes at moments. So I'm talking really, really fast, trying to explain everything we're trying to play. And I don't want to mess up, so I just go really fast. It's my own mistake, but I want to apologize for that and also let y'all know that I'm trying to speak a little bit slower and more coherently. And there goes Distortion, by the way. Like, okay. The fact that he had Distortion, two of them had Distortion actually, and it doesn't even work against my build, because first thing, my drones can scan you or can locate you on the radar anyway without Distortion, and then Infrared upgrade, make it so that way whenever I down you, one of your Distortion stacks goes away. So I was making sure that it was Distortion, it wasn't getting rid of the orb while they're on the ground. I believe it is not, so that's good for me. That's what we love, Infrared upgrade. Well, let's go to the last game of the video so I can show you how great this build is. Okay, for the last game of the video, we have Raccoon City Police Station West Wing. If you know, I hate West Wing and I prefer East Wing way more. West Wing's kind of bad. At least I don't like it when I'm playing Score Merchant. I am going to put a drone right here though because of the fact that I want to make sure I protect this. Not really protect, but make sure they try and go towards this pallet. There's a high chance they'll just die. So right here, Claudette, like, I'm going to do the middle gen because every killer wants to protect the middle gen and I'm like, no. So now I'm going after her. I know she's going to put down this pallet, so I'm like, well, it should be easy down because she wants to just continuously go around in a circle on this thing. This is the what I'm talking about when the survivors think that Score Merchant is like overpowered. Why are you trying to loop a pallet that's not really that safe in the first place against Score Merchant, who can literally get you injured or down quickly because she's an anti-loop killer, because she's a killer who basically is really good at beating survivors who try to loop. So I don't know why people do that. I tried to mind game that I was going to go the other way, but she was smart and she realized that I was faking it and decided to keep going. So right here, I'm like, where are you going? She went to the left, what I wasn't expecting. That door is closed, and then she went back around, then she goes inside the locker, and I'm like, what? And I think she was trying to go through the window, and she went to the locker. I know the feeling, because literally I tried to go to a pallet on this map before, and then I accidentally went in a locker, so that's funny. So as you can see, I got the godlike gen setup, where I have a generator on the top floor and the bottom floor. And because we have Surge, every time I down survivor near the middle, I have a chance to just immediately, what's it called? I have a chance to just hit both of those generators. Now they started regressing, so I know that someone's on them. But I'll put a drone right here and a drone above it. That way I can hopefully get everyone. So I remember correctly, this game, it kind of escapes my memory because of the fact that I've played a lot of Score Merchant games ever since I made this video. But I believe this is the game where I played really, really badly. And I think, if I remember correctly, I know exactly what this game is, and I'll explain as I continue playing. But I played really, really badly at some points in this game, and I just, like, honestly made me lose because of it. So right here, he doesn't have balance landing, so I know I can land right here and be safe, and I know I can down him. I gotta figure out where he went. He was a really, really unsafe pallet, so I don't have to worry about anything. And then he dies. There's not really much you can do about that. And also because of Surge, I'm able to down him, and that generator will lose 8% and start regressing. So right here, I'm gonna try and hook him on a score trick or just a hook in general, but I can't figure out where a hook is, and I'm stuck. So this, oh yeah, I remember now. This is the part where I played really badly. So as you can see, I'm trying to hook him on a hook, and I had 3 hook options, and I think I also had the basement. But for some reason, I just was an idiot, and I decided to hook him on the hook that I knew was not close enough to be able to hook him. I don't know why I did that. I was like, I'm gonna go to this drone, I'll put another drone, but the girl's gonna run away because she realizes, yeah, I'll learn from my mistakes. I'm not going to ever try and loop a score merchant when she hits the drone up. So I'll go away from her because I'm not gonna try and loop her on that really annoying loop. I'll kick this generator and make sure it regresses. Go up top and kick that generator, make sure it regresses too. And then I'm like, okay, go back over here. There's 3 people here, by the way. And I'm going after the guy who's injured because it makes more sense to go after him. She's gonna body block. I'm like, you do that. I'll just get a free hit. And then he's gonna go to this really safe pallet that I can't really do much about. So I have to try and make him drop it and try and hit him. But then he decides not to drop it. I'm like, yes, he messed up. I can hit him right here. And I do. So I'm praying no one decides to try and down this pallet while I'm here. And then she's like, no, I have to make sure that he is safe. And then do a gen. I'm like, which gen did they do? And I'm praying it's not one of the middle gens because that's a really good location for me, but it is one of the middle gens. So I'm like, I am really losing this game because I had misplay. Like I literally, if I didn't try and put him on that gen, on that one hook, I would have been in a really good position. But because I was an idiot, I made a big mistake and it cost me like 1 gen. And I'm mad at myself because I know what I did wrong, and I'm rewatching the gameplay because, like I told y'all, I record these videos first and then I edit them and talk and narrate them. So that's the reason why, like I said, I don't know what's happening. I knew Dwight was gonna go upstairs. It was so obvious, so I just went around. Sadly, I didn't break this pallet, and I don't have desolation, so I can't really do much about it. He's gonna have to vault it again. He vaulted again, and I get it down because of the fact that he's slow, thanks to my drones. But I get a surge and I hit everything around me besides that 1 gen you see. So I'm like, dang it. So right here, we're gonna finally hook him on a hook. So this time, I'm like, okay, I see a score trick, I'm trying to hook him on this, and then I made another mistake. Because for some reason, I just don't know what I'm doing anymore in this game. So because I know I can't hook him on the basement because there's no way I'm gonna make it, I'm like, okay, I'll put him as low as I possibly can, and now I'm gonna chase him. Because I don't know what I was doing this game. Like, I really don't understand. Like, I know my mindset was, okay, hook him on a score trick so I can get back in this game. But then my mindset was also ignore every other regular hook and only focus on score tricks. And I don't know why I did that when that's not a good strategy. Right here, she's gonna break this pallet. Oh, drop it, I mean, so I have to break it because it's a god pallet. If I don't break that pallet, I literally cannot loop them unless my name is the nurse. So because of that reason, I have to break that pallet. So big thanks to Infrared Upgrade, I know exactly where she's going, but I was hoping she would vault the window, but she's like a smart girl. And then she goes back around. I'm like, this loop is so annoying. But there's not really much I can do about it, and I'm kind of in a really bad position because they've done 2 gens, and I've only hooked 1 person because I was an idiot, and for some reason why just let 2 people who I had already down just do whatever they wanted. I know this girl can't make the window, but I get stuck on the door, and I'm like, okay, this is the worst game ever. How am I supposed to win this now? And there's no way I can win now. Like, I'm already in a really bad position. I don't know where any survivors are. But luckily for me, this girl is like, I'm gonna go right in front of you so you can down me. And I'm like, yes, ma'am. So I down her. I don't know what she was doing, honestly. And then I use Surge, but it turns yellow. So I'm like, yep, someone's here. So I'm gonna go after them. He's gonna vault the window. So obvious. I'm gonna try and chase him. I probably should have vaulted the window, honestly. It's probably faster to vault the window, but I didn't. Right here, I know he's gonna vault that window. I mean, that pallet. But he had live, I believe, but he ran to a wall for some reason. So I'm like, dang it. So now I gotta try and find where he went. And even though I have eyes and scratch marks, I just play like an idiot and go the wrong way. Now I'm trying to mind game this loop that there's no mind game on. But because he got stuck on the locker, I was able to mind game him. And now we're in a really good position because I have 1 person claw trap, so I know exactly where to go after I hook him. I have 1 person on the ground still, and I have this person hooked. So I can finally say I'm in a decent-ish position, so I have the ability to actually come back in this game. This generator turned yellow, so I know someone's here, and of course it's the guy who's healthy. So I'm like, it's fine. I'm putting a drone right here, but lo and behold, I have no drone. So I have to get rid of a drone, put it right here. He's gonna drop the pallet. It's so obvious because what else would you do? And now I'm gonna try and chase him, and there's nothing around here for him to go to, so he has to go back to the pallet. But because of the drone, he's gonna either get hit by my claw, the tip of my blade, or he's going to get hit by my drone. Luckily for me, he got hit by my drone, so I'm like, okay, where'd you go? And like usual, even though I have the ability to have eyes, I always find a way to just go the wrong way in this game. Now, luckily for me, for some reason, that guy killed himself on the hook, and I don't know why. And right here, I'm like, no, I'm not making the same mistake I made before. I'm going to hook him on a scorch hook. And now I'm back in the game. So, yes, that was the first 4 minutes of this game, which is torture for y'all. I'm sorry y'all had to watch me just play like an idiot. But now we're back, and we're going to actually come back in this game. Because, like usual, I don't lose the Score Merchant. So they're going to go rescue him, but it's perfectly fine. I'm going after this girl because I found her by accident. I'm trying to put a drone right here so I can make sure I can protect this area. She's going to go to this really, really unsafe area. I'm just going to make her vault the window, but she's going to not vault it. Now she's going to vault it the second I go back. Smart girl. She's really actually a good looper. I can't even complain. So she knows not to go back in that room because she's going to get claw trapped. I don't know how many lock-on stacks she has on her. I think she has... let me think. She might have 2 or maybe 1 on her because of the fact that I think she just had a claw trap on her, or she just got bug off the ground. So she probably has like 1 or 2 or maybe 0, but I know it's not enough to claw trap her. That's all I know. So right here, I'm trying to mind game her by becoming undetectable and going around. But in reality, I probably should have just followed her in the first place. I know exactly where she is because of the fact that my drone saw her, so now she's on the radar. There's no pallets for her to go to. She's going to try and touch that generator and try and help, but I'm like, no, I'm going to kill you. But first, I'm going to kick this generator because I know it's had a lot of progress. Also, the way I can activate surveillance on it, so I know exactly if someone touches it or not. Then I'm trying to go chase this girl because I know she's injured. But then I'm like, where'd you go? And then she went back to the gen, and then she got slowed down both with my drone. So now I'm going to go back towards her. And because she's a cloud up on her, I know exactly what to do. She's going to vault that window. I thought she wasn't going to vault it, but she's going to stay on this pallet because she's really smart. But she's going to keep being slowed down. I'm going to turn my drone the opposite direction. That way it will catch her when she vaults the window, and lo and behold, she vaults the window. Because honestly, her best play was to go around. But I think she thought, because of the slowdown, that she was going to not be able to make it to the pallet in time. Which is probably true. So she thought to vault the window, but instead, because I turned the drone the other way, she ended up going towards the drone and then gets scanned again and dies. So right here, Claudette's like, I'm gonna go over for the rescue, and then the girl's like, I'm gonna body block for Claudette because I have endurance. But then it hit me. I don't hear her moaning. I don't hear her groaning with pain, so I know she has borrowed time. She has the perk off the record. So I was like, well, she's off the record. There's no point in me even trying to go after her anymore because I can't beat someone who's off the record. So right here, I'm trying to mind game this Claudette, but it's not really a mind game here because she can see through the wall and she knows exactly where I'm going. Right here, I'm going to try and kill her. Luckily for me, I believe I broke this pallet this time. So I'm like, yes, there's nowhere she can go anywhere. Then I knew she had dead hard, so I purposely swung to miss. I know that sounds really stupid, but I knew she had dead hard. So I was like, I'm going to swing and miss. Make her think I'm going to hit her, and then she'll dead hard. And then she did. I'm surprised she fell for it, honestly, but like, it was the perfect way to just dodge that hard. So right here, as you can see there, they did the generator on the top floor. That I tried my hardest to make sure they didn't do it. But luckily for me, the Dwight is right here and he is in my drone. And also I know he's going to probably run into that drone right there. And he did. So now I believe one more lock on stack and he gets a claw trap, if I remember correctly. Could be wrong about that, but I think it's one more. I'm kind of glad that Score Merger can't see how many lock-on stacks someone has on them. Sadly, it's one more lock-on stack and he gets scanned. But luckily for me, he's going to try and stay towards his pallet. And as long as he doesn't move, it won't hit him. But if he moves, it will hit him. So I'll make him move and then make him move again. And this time it's not going to work. So I'm like, he's smart. But the problem is, I break the pallet and then he starts moving and then the drone hit him. So either way, he's going to get claw trapped. And because I have a drone right here, he can slow down. He's going to probably vault the window. That'll be a smart play, but he didn't vault the window. So he dies. So he just gave up. He's like, yeah, I lose. I'm like, yep. And it's kind of funny. I've only used one score trick pain resonance this entire game. Because I've been trying to use multiple score trick pain resonances, but I ended up not. Honestly, if their Nicolas Cage didn't kill himself on the hook, they probably would have won this game. Because they weren't even doing bad. I was the one playing like an idiot. So for some reason, Claude's up here. I'm like, what are you doing? Like, why are you even here? So right here, I'm gonna fall down. Now I'm gonna try to mind game this really, really unsafe pallet. But she decides to be perfect. Then she uses a syringe to give her a sort of speed buff, and I'm like, why are you like this? Then I go the wrong way, even though I clearly saw her go to the right, but my brain's like, go left. Like, I don't know why I did that. So now I'm going after this girl who's protecting the girl. I don't know why she even did that, because I know you're dead on hook, so I'm just gonna go after you later. Well, I believe you're dead on hook, so I'm gonna go after you later. But the reason why I went down here is I thought I could use my drone and become undetectable and try and catch someone off guard. But I end up just going a long way and not doing that at all. So I was like, back to square one. Everyone's injured, but where are they? And the Claudette used her like speed buff thing to get a whole speed buff, so I couldn't even catch her. So I was like, oh, great. But then Cloud went back up here, and I'm like, okay, you have that heart. Make sure I'm prepared for that. So I'm waiting. And then she just never used it. And I'm like, this girl is smart. So because of that reason, I'm like, okay, I'm not going after you because you know you have that heart. And I'm not going to try and play this game. She's smart though, because she realized she knew I knew she had that heart, and she just didn't use it. And I hate that, because that's kind of annoying. So right here, I'm going to go back around, because I know the generators probably has a lot of progress on it. Dwight probably on it. Become undetectable so he can't see me, and lo and behold, Dwight is on it as I expected. So now he's gonna try and mind game this pallet, but it's not gonna work because I'm Star Merchant and he dies. Like literally, there's not much you can do in that situation. You're kind of just screwed because you decided to play like that. So right here, I'm gonna try and go on this. I noticed that generator was still being worked on because of the fact that I heard noises. I thought, but then someone else did a generator. I'm like, oh no! And then luckily for me though, Dwight is dead on the hook. So now all I have to do is try and find this one girl, the third girl. That's because I know she's dead on hook. So I'm gonna try and go over there. I put a drone already on the other area, on the other door, so I know I don't have to worry about that door. So now I'm going to this door, and lo and behold, someone's on it. It is indeed the Claudette who has that heart. But I know she can't open it in time, so I'm like, I'm not really worried about it. So she's gonna go. I'm gonna chase her. As you can see, I have another Claw trap on, so I know the pallet right here. I thought I could hit her before the pallet, but she decided to just be like, no, and my range is awful, so I missed. So now I'm trying to go around here and try and catch her off guard with my undetectable, but she just keeps running, holding W, and I'm like, that's my girl. But luckily for me, I already brought the pallets up here, so there's not really anywhere she can go. And she's injured, so there's nothing she can do about it. So she's going to die, but I didn't break this pallet because I'm an idiot. But I can mind game this pallet easily. Like, all I had is wait, and then hit her. Like, it's not really that hard. I don't know why I did this. I think I was just happy that I downed her because I was like, you're dead. And then the girl leaves. She's like, well, I can't help her, so she's gonna die. And I'm like, yep, she dead. And now I'm gonna hook her on the hook because after failing for 3 years, I finally was able to down every single survivor. So that's the end of the video. I'm so sorry this last game was just awful. Honestly, this build is really good and surveillance is a really good perk. But when you play like an idiot, like I did, you end up losing sometimes. But luckily for me, I didn't really lose anything. One person escaped, that's fine with me. As long as I killed 3 people, I'm happy. That's my main goal, killing 3 people. Killing all 4 is the plan, but killing 3 is good enough for me. But yes, if you enjoyed the video, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Surveillance is a really good perk. If you have any perks you want to use, just let me know and I will definitely use them. If any builds you want me to use, just let me know and I will use them. I also have a few perks I want to try and use. I'm making like a little series, so I'm going to use a bunch of different perks. So I kind of have a few ideas on what I want to do. So I will be trying that out and making more videos with different perks. Of course, I will probably be starting maybe another series on my channel. I'm thinking about playing Minecraft. I like Minecraft. But I'll let y'all know what I'm going to be doing in the future. I hope everyone had a really good Christmas, and I will see y'all in the next video. Have a nice day.